My child, listen closely, because I am speaking to your heart, not just your ears. You run toward every distraction, yet struggle to give even a moment to me. Your mind stays crowded, your schedule stays full, but your heart is starving. You laugh on the outside while carrying heaviness inside, and I feel that heaviness with you. I see you scrolling for hours, searching for comfort that never comes. You say you have no time for me, yet you have time to worry and fear. You keep giving your heart to things that cannot heal you, and then you wonder why you feel so broken. Come back to me, even for one honest minute, for I have been waiting much longer than you realize. I have waited for you through every season, through every tear, through every night you couldn't sleep. I waited while you tried to hide your pain behind a smile. I waited when you carried burdens alone that were never meant to be yours without me. Every time your heart broke silently, I was the one who understood it most. You think I am far, but I am closer than your breath. You think I am silent, but I whisper to you in gentle ways every day. You think I don't see you, but I have never looked away from you for even a moment. Yet you rush past me as if I am background noise in your busy world. When you live without making space for me, your peace is the first thing to disappear. Your worries grow louder, your confidence grows weaker, and your direction becomes unclear. You lose sight of truth, because too many voices are speaking at once inside your mind. Your emotions begin carrying weights they were never meant to hold. I do not force you or demand your attention like the world does. I wait for you with gentleness and open arms, even when you forget me. I protect you from battles you don't see, and cover you with grace you didn't ask for. But I long for you to return, because your soul needs me more than you know. Every morning, before your eyes open, I am already with you. I watched over you through the night and kept your heart beating. I hoped that your first thought might be of me, so I could fill your morning with peace. But instead, the glow of your phone often becomes the first voice your heart listens to. You give your attention to the noise of the world before truth has a chance to settle. You scroll through voices that don't love you and cannot heal you. I stand beside you with longing, not anger, hoping you will notice my whispers. But your mind fills up with the world before my presence has the chance to calm you. I am always here when you come to me in pain. I love you when you run to me with your tears. But it hurts me that your suffering is often the only doorway through which you let me enter. I want to share your joy too, not just your sorrow. I want the real you, not the version you present to everyone else. I want the tired you, the confused you, the hurting you, the hopeful you. You don't need to fix anything before coming to me. You just need one honest breath, one moment that says, "Here I am." Without me, your heart becomes unstable and your identity becomes fragile. The world grows too loud, too heavy, too demanding. I don't ask for your time to control you, but to restore you. Only in my presence does your soul breathe again. I watch how easily you give your attention away. You respond instantly to people who barely know you. You scroll endlessly searching for relief that never arrives. And I stand beside you quietly, waiting for your heart to look up. I am not jealous in the human sense, but I am deeply concerned for your heart. I see how these distractions drain you and leave you empty. You pour yourself into things that cannot refill you. You drink from empty wells and wonder why peace feels far away. Your emptiness does not mean you are broken. It means you have been feeding your soul with things that cannot satisfy it. Temporary pleasures soothe for a moment, but leave a deeper ache afterward. I am the only one who can heal you, fill you, and restore you without taking anything from you. You were not created for endless noise or shallow connections. You were designed for depth, for real love, real peace, and real connection with me. That is why chaos exhausts you in ways sleep cannot fix. You feel heavy because too many voices have entered your heart. Through all of this, I remain beside you with longing, not disappointment. You may forget me during your day, but I think of you constantly. You rush past me, but I watch over every breath you take. Everything you have been searching for is already in my presence. I'm not asking you to abandon your life. I'm asking you to make room for me within it. Not leftover seconds, not scattered moments between distractions. I am asking for a real moment, one honest pause where your heart is open. One moment can shift everything inside you. When you respond to my whisper, even softly, peace begins to rise. Clarity enters where confusion lived. Calm settles into places that have been restless for years. This is what my presence doesn't renews you before it renews your circumstances. Your soul has been longing for connection, and I have been here waiting patiently. I want to anchor your heart and clear your mind. I want to strengthen your spirit and lift your burdens. You are loved, seen, and remembered more deeply than you understand. Give me one moment, and I will begin to restore everything inside you. Turn your heart toward me, even slowly. I am right here with open arms, longing for you to come close. My child, I hold the peace you've been searching for in all the wrong places. My child, I need to show you something serious that surrounds your life, every day a hidden battle for your attention that is far more dangerous than you realize. A spiritual war disguised in tiny choices, small habits, quiet distractions, and subtle compromises. The enemy understands something you often forget. Your attention is the doorway to your heart, and whatever captures it slowly shapes your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, and eventually the direction of your entire life. This is why he doesn't always try to destroy you loudly, but instead distracts you quietly through notifications that interrupt your moments with me, worries that rise just as you try to rest, conversations that trigger old wounds, memories that steal your peace, and endless scrolling that numbs your spirit until you feel disconnected from yourself and from me. He knows he doesn't need you to reject in pro me. He only needs you to remain too busy, too tired, too overwhelmed, or too distract. Too overwhelmed, or too distracted, too obelled, or too overwhelmed to panob, or while I pour woe off, or where or what of war of what of war for foot to or what or will wick before of papa which ghost depicted the wood water bow for earth water my perfect with bad was but earth pile bucket to tap it was part I preserve the dirt of all the gully My child, have you noticed that the very moment you try to focus on me, your mind suddenly becomes loud? Distractions appear from nowhere, and every unfinished task demands your attention as if the world cannot wait a single moment. You think it's just busyness or random thoughts, but I see the battle beneath it. Because the enemy is terrified of your stillness before me, he fears your worship that loosens chains, your silence where my voice becomes clear, and your prayer that realigns your entire spirit. This is why he attacks your focus with noise, anxiety, interruptions, and constant busyness, hoping you will keep postponing the quiet moments where I fill you with strength he cannot fight against. But remember this, my child, the very struggle you feel when you try to pray is not a sign of weakness, but proof of how powerful your connection with me truly is. My child, You look at your distractions and wandering thoughts and assume they mean you are weak or failing spiritually. But I want you to see this struggle through my eyes. Because the battle for your attention is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of how much you matter. The enemy does not fight those who are far from me. He fights hardest against the ones who carry my presence, whose prayers shake darkness, whose worship breaks chains. And you are targeted not because you are lost, but because you belong fully to me. The very difficulty you feel when trying to focus on me reveals the war over your heart. For the enemy fears the moment you realize the authority you carry and how a few sincere minutes with me can undo hours of his lies. So he tries to convince you that distraction is simply you who stops easily. But hear me life by him, but here have me, but like bliflica free on my, with prevu on popping with my, weep of our bibbing billing with waiting a long cure for walk of a bob, a bar more of what boo or have a bar, with a worth boo bar, those of tower, buster cobalt. Part of it up, I got to Lord Marble, I buy a curve to the tad of the fib was looked above that, what about it, the used my My child, think back to the moments when you felt a gentle pull to talk to me, a quiet invitation to pause, breathe, and pray, and how your heart leaned in for a second before a sudden distraction rushed in. Whether through a message, a random thought, a call, or an urge to open an app, causing that sacred moment to slip away. You called it coincidence, but that soft pull was me calling your spirit. And that immediate interruption was the enemy trying to block the connection, fighting a battle you cannot see with your eyes but feel deeply in your heart. You live in a world filled with constant noise, images, and stimulation that scatter your attention outward, pulling you away from the inner place where I speak, and as your focus is pulled in 1,000 directions, your spirit begins to feel distant, numb, and unstable in its peace. It is not because I left you, my child, it's because your soul has not had the stillness it needs to rest in me. My child, your spirit was never created for constant noise or endless input, but for rest, true connection, and quiet alignment with my heart. And when those moments are missing, your spirit begins to starve, showing itself through emptiness, exhaustion, anxiety, and restlessness that no amount of entertainment or distraction can truly fix. The enemy wants you to accept this heaviness as normal, to believe your constant tiredness and overthinking are just life, and to forget how powerful and peaceful you become when your heart is rooted in me. So he pushes you to chase peace through circumstances, achievements, relationships, or screens, anything except me. While you are busy reacting to life, I am quietly offering you life itself, not far from you, but only one honest moment away. And each time you pause and turn your heart toward me, even for a few seconds, shift the atmosphere around you. Every whisper of my name moves heaven. Every whisper of my name moves heaven. Every moment of stillness over distraction strengthens your spirit, and every small turning toward me makes you more powerful than the enemy wants you to realize. My child, I see how hard you are trying to keep up with everything, telling yourself that once you finish the next task or answer the next message, you will finally rest. Yet true rest never comes from an empty to-do list, but from bringing your full, tired heart to me. Because, even without external stress, your spirit remains hollow if it has not been fed. The world has trained you to rush, perform, and believe that time with me must be earned, perfectly planned, or saved for the moments when you feel calm or spiritual enough. But I want you exactly as you are, frustrated, joyful, angry, confused, overwhelmed, tired, or numby. 'cause no condition of your heart disqualifies you from my presence. I do not need perfect circumstances to meet you, for I can turn any moment, even a messy, distracted, chaotic one into a sacred encounter the instant you invite me in, and I hear the smallest sigh from your heart just as clearly as the longest prayer. You think time with me must be long, quiet, and formal, but I can step into a 5-second whisper and fill it with a peace that begins to calm everything inside you. My child, the enemy is never intimidated by your schedule or your busyness, but he trembles at your stillness with me, because he knows that even a single moment of awareness of my presence weakens every lie he has spoken over you. He fears the day you realize how deeply you are loved, how close I am, and how powerful my presence becomes in your ordinary life. For once these truths settle in your heart, everything he built around you begins to fall apart. This is why even 1 minute with me frightens hell, because 1 minute restores your soul, breaks hidden chains, anchors your heart in truth, and reminds you of who you are and who you belong to. And my child, the closer you get to choosing me, the more intense the battle becomes, not because you are fighting for my attention, but because I am fighting for your heart. My child, do not feel overwhelmed by the idea of changing everything at once, because I am not asking you to suddenly become perfect or spend hours in silence, but simply to begin with one small and sincere stepper real minute with me, where nothing is performed or forced. In any moment of your day, when you wake and reach for your phone, when stress rises, or when your thoughts feel heavy at night, pause. Whisper my name, let your guard down, and speak honestly without pretending or trying to sound strong, for I can work with the real you. As you offer me these small, genuine moments, something within you will begin to shift. Your reactions will soften, your fears will lose their grip, your mind will recognize my voice again, and you will feel less alone in your struggles as these tiny moments become anchors that draw your drifting heart back to me. Over time, you will not force yourself to come to me, because you will not time to mo to come, because you will you because you precan you provov porto on propon becorn when to propor how more and have come with of my whip pruento a whippy one and when with for pickpullet cup mob of whip longing for the peace and closeness that grows with every honest minute you give. My child, even in the seasons when you rarely thought of me and your heart was absorbed in distractions, I never stopped thinking of you, watching over you with love, and staying by your side, because my love has never depended on your perfection, your focus, or how consistently you pray. It is rooted in who I am, and I am faithful. I see the parts of you no one else notices, the exhaustion behind your jokes, the fear beneath your plans, the sadness hidden in your busy days, and the version of you that lies awake at night, wondering if you will ever feel whole or truly worthy. I hear the quiet questions you're afraid to speak. Do you still want me after the distance, the distractions, the times I chose something else over you? And my answer, steady and unwavering, is yes, I still want you, I have always wanted you. And I look at you not with irritation or disappointment, but with compassion that understands how hard this world has pulled at your heart. The simple fact that you are here, reading these words and still searching, is proof that my hand has never left you and that my love is still drawing you gently back to me. My child, now that you have heard my heart, I am not placing a burden on your shoulders, but offering an invitation to live differently, but more connected to me, anchored in my presence instead of pulled in 100 directions. You do not need to fix yourself, wait for life to calm down, or feel more spiritual before coming to me. You can come exactly as you are, tired, distracted, overwhelmed, yet willing, and bring me your phone-filled mornings, anxious afternoons, heavy nights, restless scrolling, and wandering thoughts, placing them openly in my hands rather than hiding them. As you let me sit with you in the very places you once avoided me, you will slowly begin to feel peace again, remember what real love feels like, and rediscover what it means to be fully seen, fully accepted, and deeply held by the one who was never far from you but simply waiting for your gaze to return. I am here, I am not leaving, and I am not giving up on you. So in this very moment, give me that 1 minute, close your eyes, breathe, whisper my name. Let me begin healing and restoring your heart. And if you're ready to respond, say from your spirit, God, I'm here. I give you this moment, and let it become the first of many minutes where your soul finally finds rest in me. If you want to receive your blessings instantly, I have a secret video in my YouTube profile bio.